Black Goddess, what's up? How are you? Hopefully, all is well with you all. Yes, so just get on for a minute. I know a lot is going on tonight. You know, it's been a very quiet day, very peaceful day, which I'm actually really grateful for. But yeah, Black Goddess. Aretha, what's going on, Aretha? How are you? Hopefully, you all can hear me. I'm great. I really can't complain at all, honestly. I mean, I know sometimes we will want to, but this has been such an interesting time. It's been such an interesting time, especially this month. The last few months have been actually interesting, really. Hi, Blue. What's going on, Blue? Honestly, I wasn't sure. I really wasn't. It was a feeling thing because it's been so many different things, and I've been having to, number one, step back, be careful with what I do because sometimes it can be overload. So I wasn't sure if tonight was going to be a live night. I know it's a very important night in the spiritual planes, especially with the black moon tonight, which is why I've been very careful. And I'll get into that a little bit because once again, this has been an interesting time. It's interesting that it's 9 people in a room and I actually have a 9 card right here, which is a very interesting time. I am hopping on early because I do want to, grab the energies of the room, fill the room out. We can chat it up a little bit. I will not be throwing a lot of cards tonight. It's not a card throwing night. I have a few out just to help channel messages, but I don't. Tonight isn't. It doesn't feel like a tarot night. So if that, I know a lot of people, vibe with tarot, but a lot of people have to understand tarot. These are just cards, and I don't mean to debase it. Cards are great, but I think I've been saying it since I've created this channel that I am so much more than that, and I've actually have gotten a chance to really truly see that over the past 2 weeks. I've made a lot of changes. We'll get into that. We'll definitely get into that. I do have a feeling that it is going to be it's going to be a quieter night. It's not going to be a lot of people in this room. It's not, and actually, I'm not even mad about that. I feel like a lot of people are going through major shifts, quantum leaps, a lot of transformations, a lot of different things in life as a whole. hmm It's been major changes. It's been major changes. See, it dropped down to 10. So, you know how people are. If people are weird, people are weird, and I say that because people will ask for guidance. People will ask for direction, especially in this time, especially. Especially in this time, people will ask for guidance. They will ask for instructions, and just because you don't throw out cards or they just hear you speaking, they'll turn away, which is totally fine. Those who will get the message will definitely get the message. It's been rough. Not and I don't even necessarily for the collective. I'll put it that way. It's been rough in many different variations. For some people, it has come, financially. For others, spiritually. For others, mentally. And then having to deal with other outside relationships and different things like that. It's funny that you should say that, Aretha. Many people have been desperate. A lot of people are doing any and everything. A lot of people are resorting to alternative options out of desperation. They're not going through their dark night of the soul, their spiritual awakenings. They're ignoring them. They're ignoring them. And I personally will say for the masses, if you don't listen to yourself, excuse my language, fuck everybody else. If you don't listen to yourself above everybody else, because sometimes other people will come as distractions to counteract what it is you believe, what it is you're saying. What's up, Tony? How are you? We're just chatting it up. So, like, if I see y'all coming in, I'll definitely speak to you guys. But a lot of people are being stupid. There's the other way. I tried to find a very cute, nice word. The shenanigans. A lot of people are being stupid. A lot of people are not using wisdom. Or maybe I could have said it that way. A lot of people are not using wisdom. And these are things that people know already. Because it's like, how can you ask for so many different things? You want to manifest so many things. You want to create so many different things, but you don't want to accept the changes that you have to make in order to go through this. And that's what part of this dark moon is about. What's up, Donna? My people are trickling into. See, I love to see y'all. My people are trickling into the room. And I know once again this is a last minute situation, but I had to be sure because I feel like it had to be last minute because you know how people like you plan this stuff, you give them a schedule ahead of the time, you tell them, oh well, we'll be doing something in 2 weeks, and I feel like this live will find all of the people it is intended to find because life is changing. Life as we knew it is gone. If you're looking for that same life that you used to have before this month, really, this August was a major shift. Like major shift. And if you have, I think I've said it in plenty of readings, if you not have been sowing the seeds, you ain't gonna reap shit. You aren't getting anything. Yeah. So I'll be the example. So this month, the first thing I'm going to say is I don't know if it'll ever come back, that desire to want to do it, but I gave up smoking. I wasn't addicted. It wasn't an addiction thing or anything like that. I needed to be clear. Clear thought, clear channel. And then my honestly my for me my body started to change a little bit because I had noticed that I know the reason why I was doing it. It was added in my life as a coping mechanism back in 2022 because prior to 2022 I was not an avid smoker. Like I really wasn't. It was ever so often, and smoking I mean marijuana, not THC, not cigarettes and things, not tobacco. A lot of things, a lot of habits, and not even bad habits, things in past, in previous instances, in previous seasons that just no longer resonated with me, just began to fall off. It's as if I almost had like a meeting, shall we say, a meeting of the minds, a meeting of what needs to be done. I know I'm doing this, I know I'm doing that, but I feel like there's something else here. So needless to say, the moment I stopped smoking, I want to say maybe like 2 days later, all of the residuals, it wasn't a lot. I mean, I was actually Glad. But any residual feelings that I had resurfaced, and they were actually easy to deal with. It was more of a, okay, that happened and you're okay. Let's move forward. You know what you have set ahead of you. You know what you want to do. So let's hop to it. So that was one of the things that I gave up, and I'm actually, y'all. I mean, you can. I'm pretty sure that you all can kind of. It was almost like a detoxing, and I'm pretty sure you all can probably tell, especially by the way I started to read. You know, reading cards, channeling, became different, and I began to pick up other practices and other giftings that my grandmother used to teach me. So it's imperative in this time that you listen to your intuition. It's imperative that if you feel like there's something that you need to change, don't don't second guess it. Do not ignore it. Don't expect it to happen overnight. For everybody, it's going to be different. For me, I went cold turkey. Like that's me, and I feel like I was able to go cold turkey because it wasn't a habit. It wasn't an addiction. Well, it was a habit. It wasn't an addiction. So, after that, number one, of course, naturally, my breathing began to change. I didn't know that I was so congested, because even when I went to the doctor, it wasn't affecting me. My lungs were in perfectly good condition, and there wasn't any overlying mucus and no phlegm, like none of that stuff. Like I'm in perfect health. Like me, I'm fine. But the quality of my breathing began to change. My throat chakra is clear. I was getting a little more raspy, and I knew that. That's why you all would hear me hacking sometimes over the live sessions, and I just didn't. I wasn't aware. I wasn't aware, and I say that being unaware while being aware and causing harm, because it's a form of harm, to yourself. You begin to ask yourself, what do you want? Like, what do you want to do? Like, where do you want to be? Because I'll tell you now, you all, this shift, we can't go into this the same. We can't expect the stability. We can't expect those relationships. We can't expect the elevation if we ourselves don't make the decision to decide to grow. So that's real. So hopefully I haven't missed anybody. How have you all been feeling? Y'all kind of quiet. I know y'all probably just listening to me, but I know I can't be the only one. Oh, I also gave up coffee. I gave up coffee because coffee was, I don't know, it just didn't. I moved to tea, and tea has just been it's been a better option. I've been detoxing with certain types of tea. This is actually lavender chamomile. Um, yeah, it's been a very, honestly, very fulfilling time. Just allowing things to purge, allowing things to filter out through you. Okay, so what y'all talking about? Ricky, what's going on, Ricky? I agree, Donna. I definitely agree, especially, yeah, honestly, in this time, like, I don't think for the past 3 weeks there has not been a day where I've woken up at right before 3 o'clock in the morning and literally be up until the morning every day. Every excuse me, every day, literally every day, every day. Not one day has gone by where where I haven't woken up in the middle of the night for no reason. Well, I wouldn't say it's for no reason. I definitely have gotten a lot of insight, but 3 o'clock in the morning, like clockwork, like clockwork, clockwork. But one thing, I have not been tired. Energetically, I just haven't been tired. Like, I haven't been tired. Um, Healing of the inner child. Like, I've this weekend I'll be playing video games. Like, I'm not doing anything crazy. Like, I'm doing fun stuff. Like, I'm doing fun stuff, child stuff. Like, I've been feeling the urge to feed my inner child, to play with my inner child, satisfy that craving. Cause like it's just been so serious. It's been so rough. It's been so many different things, and it's like, and it's you can't help but to feel others as well because I'm an empath, and it's like even with the few that I am close with, it's like even everybody's been on this kick to change, to elevate, to purge, because some of the stuff we don't need. We just don't need it. We don't need it. I would also, hey Tiffany, Waterly, hello. What's going on, you all? We're just talking about, like, what's been going on lately before I hop into. I'm only doing one spread tonight, y'all. And not even, I'm only going to grab a few cards because that's just the way I feel. Those, if you want to stick around for that, you're more than welcome to. Those who want to stay, of course, you're more than welcome to that as well. My people in the background. People in the background, what's going on, y'all? I appreciate you all. I honor you all. Thank you all for being, as I always say, my intercessors. I love quiet support, You can feel it, and I appreciate that. I also won't be before you all long. I promise I won't. We'll probably get like 9:15-ish, 9:30. One other thing I will be doing, I will be getting closed jars of spring water, putting a little hint of salt in those and putting those out on the ledge in the moonlight just to charge it with that good old black moon energy. Me, myself, I will be manifesting. I will be manifesting with those intentions, speaking with intentions and all of that, and I will be having my own personal activation, speaking those desires and drinking the water as well after I've spoken out loud what it is I desire and my hopes and all of those things. So if that's something that you all want, literally a hint of salt, not salty water, y'all, a hint of salt just to charge the water intentionally, and placing it out if you don't even have to put it outside. Me, I'm putting it out on the ledge. I want it to be out on the ledge. It's gonna be a closed jar, y'all. Don't worry, it's a closed jar. It'll be spring water, so it's filtered, clean water. And I will be speaking my intentions 3 times. 3-6-9 rule, 3 times, and on that third time, of course, drinking. If that's something that you all want information on or want to know what I'll be doing, you can email me on that, and I'll let you all know what's up with that. But I just feel like overall, in closing, so I can get off of me, it's been good, y'all. Honestly, it's been quiet. It's been peaceful. It's been good. It's been good. So, anywho, let's get into a few messages. Look at that. On the split, we have material and spiritual prosperity. And then we also have the tower moment. So, literally talking about what we've been discussing. Being very intentional. Not ignoring the changes that we need to make. But me personally, this is what I'll tell you. This is what I feel. I feel that for those who have been doing the work, not perfection. No, for those who have been doing the work, for those who have not been ignoring those nudges, for those who have been out of the way, you know, not feeling like you have to be seen, not feeling like you have to do anything crazy. Sometimes I feel like this has also been a period of rest because, ironically, I know, or I've heard over, I want to say 10, maybe a little over 10, but people who are walking away from their jobs, from corporate America, from the Matrix. You know, a lot of people have been wanting their time back so they can do their own thing. And a lot of people have been called to walk away, been getting that nudge to walk away, because I feel like for all of us, there's something that lies ahead. I feel like it's not subject to specific people. No, I feel like it's been a call. I feel like the call has been sent out to everyone. But it's almost like, what will you do? I feel like a lot of people still want to be concerned with the things of this world, because even if you weren't, shall we say, an awoken individual, how can you not feel what's been going on? Like you gotta feel it. Like the way the earth has been moving. It seems like these days have sped up. Like I looked up and it was 7:45, and I could have sworn that. And it's like sometimes I feel like I'm going crazy. I know I'm not, but it's like you can look up and the clock could say, the clock could say 3:30. Then you look up at it again and it's 8 o'clock. It's like, where did the time go? So I feel like we, have to be mindful of not the time, but our time. So anyway, let's see. What's up, Marty? Tremaine, what's up? Tremaine, Phoenix. What's up, y'all? Okay, so let's see. Let's grab one and see what we got here. And of course it falls to the floor because that's the way it's supposed to be. Recognition and reward. So, recognition and reward. Okay. So definitely hearing something about a ceremony. So for some of you all, a ceremony could be very significant. I'm hearing graduation season, but metaphorically. But for some of you all could literally be on your way to graduating. I feel like there is, at this moment in time, a lot that you all have accomplished, a lot that we, have accomplished, honestly, as a collective. And I feel like we're moving into a period of, as the card says, recognition and reward. Because at the bottom of the deck, we have stand your ground. So, and then we have the strength behind that. So 7 and 8. So 78 could be significant. Behind that is actually victory and success. So 6. So 6, 7, 8. So something about chronological synchronicities. I feel like that is something that a lot of people have been talking about, especially numerically. So numerology could be very specific. Runes? Has somebody been studying runes? That's deep. Runes and sigils. Those are very powerful, especially if you work with sigils. That could be very significant. Okay. Sigils. Okay. Up, and then we have the Tower. So yeah, we're right on par. Okay, so we have the Tower, and we have recognition and reward. I feel like this is something that was definitely destined to happen. It feels transitional because this Tower doesn't feel bad at all. What it feels like, this is something that needs to happen. It's unavoidable, and it's just, and I feel like that's for everybody. I feel like it's for everyone. And I feel like this is what you cannot ignore. It's like, do you want to elevate? Because I feel like people just want to be comfortable. And comfort is okay. Comfort is okay, but I'll tell you one thing about me, I don't strive for comfort. Not comfort. Not in certain things in certain areas. Like comfort as, yeah, mm-mm. Because I feel like there's, and not to be on the go, but I feel like when you plateau, you're saying I have made it and there's no more room to receive anything else. When you get comfortable, you're saying that I'm resting in this state of being, in this state of being only, especially how we change daily. It's like no day, no one day is the same. And I feel like that's also the reason why, Bible esoterics to tell you not to worry about tomorrow, just live from day to day. And I feel like sometimes we stress ourselves out with everything that can be going on with within a day. I'm also, because I had to check myself as well. It's like we can't expect so much when we can't handle what we already have. And it's like, if what we have isn't being maintained, how can we expect more? Because I feel like a lot of people, and of course, this is without judgment, this is just what I feel like the message is. We want so much, but we don't want to do anything. And you all know what I mean when I say that. We want so much, but we don't want to do the work that it takes in order to get there. A lot of people feel like just because you're a creator, that after you start doing it, it's just gonna happen for you like that. It's not. It's not. Oh yeah, blue. That's what I said. Runes, runes, and sigils. Runes, and sigils, and I know that's more so magic, to be honest. So some of you all may study magic. Some of you all may definitely study magic. Divine Tower. Okay. I ain't gonna argue with that. Okay. So we have mental conflict. And then we have harmony. Okay, so that's definitely letting me know that in order for you to come into harmony, we have to dissolve ourselves of what those conflicts are, those residuals. It's just interesting that this is coming up the way I was talking about it earlier. I feel like the mental conflict is the changing. The Bible says, "Be not conformed," and this is just one reference. Be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So I feel like this could possibly be a lot of mental conflict, because I feel like the way that things used to work are not going to work now for you moving forward, because you're not the same. When you were in that old state of being, those things did work for you. You were able to, and we're talking about those habits, we're talking about everything that, if you feel like you yourself are in an area where you know that there are changes that you know you need to make, you feel like you've been called in a particular direction, a particular area, especially if you're in this space where you're trying to manifest things and you have an idea of how you want it to go in your head. I feel like you cannot wait until that idea in your head comes, especially if you have the resources to do it now, because that idea in your head, I can guarantee you, it's a future outcome. And the future outcome is waiting for you to go through the steps in order for you to arrive to that space and that position. Because I remember when I first started out, doing tarot 2 years ago, That's so crazy. 2 years, like the time flies. So 2 years ago, sitting on my couch. I was on my couch. Maybe some of you all remember that, but in the beginning, I was sitting on my couch. I was using my coffee table for everything else. I had the mic and everything else attached to the coffee table, and humble beginnings. Humble beginnings. It's actually even amazing to think about it, because some of you all's your end story or your narrative while you're going through it, when you start to talk about it, and when you start to reflect, and when you start to recant those stories to those closest to you that you do know, you you'll be elated, because you will be able to say to yourself, I started it out with everything that I had, and it grew, and it evolved, and it changed, and it's grown. So, and I'm not even, trying to use me as the blueprint, but there's this need and a call for you to do it anyway. Do it how you can right now. Because if I had waited to the outcome that I had in my head, which I still have not arrived to yet, I know it's coming, because every round goes higher and higher. Like every round goes higher and higher. And even if you feel like you've fallen back or you've fallen down, I can guarantee you are not in the same position that you were way back then. I can guarantee you that. And I feel like just also the design of this is dedication. A lot of times, and not that this is always the way, some people just pick up the ground and they just run off. I feel like they go through their process too. They go through their changes, but some people are able to just pick right up off the ground. But then there's also no telling where their story began as well. But I do feel like there's just this call to do it anyway. But I can guarantee you all, listen, and I'm a person of aesthetics. I like aesthetics. I like stuff to look a certain kind of way. I want certain things, and don't. If I can give you any advice, don't wait for that. Don't wait for it. I can guarantee you, you yourself are no different than, you will grow, but the beginning process is the most important part. Because if you keep on saying, oh, I'm gonna wait for this to come, I'm gonna wait for this to happen, I'm gonna wait for this to happen, you won't do it. You won't do it. Sometimes you have to challenge yourself, and sometimes challenging yourself is saying stuff out loud and in an open forum so that you can be dedicated. A lot of you all, okay, thank you. This is random. A lot of you all need to go in a mirror and talk to yourself. Look yourself dead in the eyes, and I'm talking about in the iris, to talk to your soul. And you need to encourage yourself. You need to big up yourself. You need to not be so hard on yourself, because if you are still here, that means that you still have the capability to make it. And I'm not debasing your experience or anything like that. We have to be better to ourselves than we've ever been before. And that person inside of you has gone through the same process as you. And I feel like you need to acknowledge that. You need to be grateful that your higher self was giving you hints. That the intuition is not just you. Intuition comes from a very, very, very deep place. It comes from a knowing. It comes from a knowing that you've done this before. So I'm telling you, you all big up yourself, encourage yourself, because okay, thank you. We've been looking for, and I'm going to say we've been looking for external validation. You've been looking for external confirmation. No, if you, in your prayers, or however you get your requests known to whoever you pray for, pray to, deities and all of those things, You got to speak it out loud. You got to say it. You got to ask for those confirmations. You can be very specific too. I want confirmations in this type of way. I want confirmations through numbers. I want confirmations through music. Use those clairs, clairaudience, clairsentience, clairvoyance. I want it this way. And they will honor that request. If you say, Spirit team, I need y'all to ease up on me a little bit. This a little rough. I'm not telling y'all, we going to go through this and we going to get through this, but I need y'all to ease up on me. Ease up on me. This rough. It's rough. Me, I just be toughing it out. I just be toughing it out. I'd be like, no, let's get this done. But I can guarantee you that we're taking small steps, because it's small steps, y'all. Small steps. We're taking those steps where you encourage yourself, because a lot of you all stand alone right now, and I don't even need y'all to confirm that. A lot of you all stand alone right now. Not lonely, but alone. And it's an individual journey, because you need to come into harmony with yourself. There's conflict because you won't come into harmony with yourself. You gotta become one with yourself. You all, and I'm able to talk to you all about this, because this is something that has been a real true key to me for me for the past 2 weeks. Like, think about if I did not. What if I ignored that nudge to stop smoking? And what if I was like, oh, I still want to smoke, and I'm gonna do me, and I'm gonna mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. And I feel like you're gonna start to get a lot of, okay, thank you. You're gonna start to get a lot of messages through other people that are gonna, once again, that are gonna counteract what you yourself believe, literally. And you're gonna know when those moments happen, because it's gonna speak on the very subject matter of what you're going through, and then somebody else is gonna tell you how they think or how they feel you should go through that. They're gonna tell you, oh, if you've been like, let's just say, because I've been seeing a lot about this too. Some people knock on their cards just to imbue it with energy. Not God, imbue it with energy of oneself. Do I feel like you have to do that? No. Do I find anything wrong with that? No. I feel like you need to do whatever you need to do to make yourself comfortable with however you channel, however you read cards if you do that, or however you do whatever your spiritual thing is. You're going to have people. This is going to be on TikTok. It's going to be on IG. It's going to be here on YouTube. They're going to tell you things of how they feel. Oh, if you've been doing this, you should stop doing it. Because if you're doing that, you're faking. Oh, you need to. It's just like, with love and kindness have I drawn thee. It's a different kind of situation, and this is a sidebar. It's a different kind of situation when someone is doing something to you. Then release the beast. Release the kraken. Don't let nobody do no bullshit to y'all. Start defending yourselves. Like, if you're in one of those spaces where people are nagging you and they're pesting you and they're just doing petulant things to irritate you, and you know you are under attack, y'all better call Archangel Michael. Come to my aid. Come to my defense. Y'all better start returning the sender. Y'all better start bouncing all that stuff back. Stop sparing these people of their karma. Stop feeling like just because you're a spiritualist or you study alternative practices and esoterics that you have to be passive. No. use, and I'm gonna say this openly, use their own energy. Use that energy that they were trying to give you back on them. Because why? Why not? And if you feel bad, this ain't the game for you. The reason why some of y'all are going through hell now is because you're being too nice. I'm gonna feel this to make it make sense. Let's just say, because y'all also need to call back y'all energy. If y'all have been calling 33, y'all need to call back y'all energy. All of it. From every corner of the earth, from every plane, from everybody. The energy that you gave away, the energy that people are still taking because you're still attached to them in some kind of way, the energy that continues to be siphoned away from you that you don't call back y'all energy. You don't need anything deep. All you simply have to say with intention and honest vocal capability, I call back all of my energy, known and unknown. And you say no one has access. No one has permission to my energy except me. That's why y'all so depleted. That's why y'all wake up in the morning and y'all don't have the energy to get out of the bed. It's not all about depression. It's not. A lot of people, ooh, I can't say that. Yes, I can. I'm grown. I am grown. A lot of people use depression as an excuse to have pity parties. I can be specific about it. I'll tell you now, if you're looking for somebody to feel sorry for you, wrong place. I don't pity nobody. Not a one. Not a soul. I don't pity anybody. If you say that you don't have the gusto, the strength, the capability in order to do this, welcome to the Hunger Games. And may the odds be ever in your favor. Because going out in that world going to eat you up. It's going to eat you alive. It's going to tear you up. Yep. I'm going to tell you what everybody else won't tell you. If you all, and I'm not getting on you. I want you all to know that. I feel like this information is imperative. Because I'm telling you tomorrow, you are going to feel a major shift. You're going to feel a major shift. And you are going to wish that you listened to me. It is not, it's not too late. And no, tomorrow's not a deadline. I don't know. Because a lot of people like, oh, the rapture, oh, God, Jesus is coming back. And I'm not denying that. Like, I'm just not worried about that. And the reason why I'm not worried about that is because you don't know, you will not know the hour, the day, the moment, the second. Like, you won't know. You won't know. So me personally, I'm not speaking on that because I don't know. And anybody else who tells you they know is a liar. Because if Jesus ain't told me, he ain't coming back. Because I know him. I know him. I known him. I known him. And if he ain't told me, he ain't told nobody. Yep, I got that much confidence. Yep. If he ain't told me, I know I'm one of the faves. No, dude. But no, I'm not worried about that. I'm not gonna worry about that. What I'm worried about is what's happening right now. I'm concerned with what's happening the day. I'm not even thinking about tomorrow, to be perfectly honest with you. My concern is what's happening right now. And I am not going to concern myself with when Jesus is coming back. I honor, I respect, I value, because this is me not saying it as a negative. This is me saying I'm not going to worry about that because the Bible already says I won't know when that day will come. All I know is there's a shift happening with me. There's a shift happening with the collective. And that's where I'm going to step in and help when I feel as if I'm called or chosen in that particular space to help. Tony, how can you tell the difference with what? Are you talking about the difference with energy? Like talking about like the shifts and things like that? It's an awareness. And as I said, everybody's not in the same place. I don't feel like everybody's in the same place as far as their journey right now. I feel like you can tell the difference if you pay attention. If you don't, and this is no offense to anybody, if you have not been praying, if you have not been paying attention, if you are not aware, if you don't have a good handle on what your intuition is, those are things that you have to pray about. I personally didn't get here off of a whim. What I will say is, for me, my spiritual journey started with me as a kid. I believe, and this is me personally, I believe I came to this particular lifetime with an awareness. That's something that, like, if my mother was here, my mother's alive, but if she was here, in this very place right now where I am, if I asked her to tell you all, she would tell you. Like, I've always had an awareness. There was always something different about me when I was age 3, like younger. You're talking about fully cognitive, full sentences. I was talking to adults. Well, like my mother would literally tell you that I was talking to adults as if I had been here before. So everyone is different, and we all have different giftings. And then we all have a different belief system. Some people didn't. Some people didn't get their introduction to real true beliefs and real true practices until later on in life, so much into their 20s and stuff, because they ignored it or they fell off from what we considered standard traditional practices and religions. Me personally, I appreciate Christianity, and I appreciate all of those other different religious sectors. The only thing for me, and this is just my opinion, they cap you. I don't believe that Christianity holds you accountable enough. It's like, oh, pray to God for forgiveness and we're done. No, to me that ain't accountability. Like, in order for you to grow, in order for you to evolve, you have to be accountable. Like, you have to say to yourself, oh, I did a shitty thing to somebody else. How do I not do that again? Because honestly, if you ask for forgiveness with the intention to do it again, because you only want forgiveness for the fact that you did it that time, and then you go out and do it again, you weren't really sorry. You weren't really repentant. And no, I feel like, and I'm not getting on it. I feel like with Christianity, and I'll just say that with Christianity, I feel like it pigeonholes you. You do see growth, you see elevation, but for me, it feels like it's through a dictatorship, and I don't want that. As I said, I can sit in anybody's church and give me a good old word if that's the word, that that's what I'm supposed to get. It's not a disrespectful thing. But me personally, I've seen far more growth. I've seen far more elevation when I stepped outside of the confines of religion. I feel like religion caps you. I do. I feel like religion caps you. And I feel like that's what's happening now. We're having this disruption, the tower. This man is confined, y'all. Stuck in an old way of being. Something's coming to shake that up because we can't live in comfort. We can't live, excuse me, we can't live in the same position. I do feel like, I'll say this, I do feel like this shift that is happening is definitely one that's leaning more towards spirituality, especially at the level into which people are waking up. Notice you have more celebrities, truly, not for show, truly talking about God. They won't even begin the speech first because I'm saying this based off of the same artists that speak now versus back then that I used to listen to. The narrative of their speech has changed. Everybody's talking about mental health and mental awareness. Everyone's talking about fatigue, work fatigue, and being overworked and being underpaid. Living in these cities and not be working. You talking about 8 and 10 hour days and still struggling. We, as a nation, many people, small businesses, major businesses, are still recovering from the pandemic. This is 2025. This is no joke. This is no game. If you, and I'm going to say this boldly, if you are looking for your income, your money, your stability to continue to come from a source that is outside of you, you're looking in the wrong direction. Because I can guarantee you, you'll get a job and you'll get another job and that job is going to fall off. How many jobs are you going to do before you step into your stability, before you step into your generational wealth? Sorry to tell you, your generational wealth is not attached to anybody else's business. Money is not wealth. Money isn't wealth. I ain't say money can't make you happy. Money can't. If your life is shit and you get $1 million, I can guarantee your life is gonna be shit with $1 million. And that's why I'm like, I'm cool. Listen, I'm cool with waiting for my big payoff until I'm in a space where I am like, I'm now granted, I personally feel like I'm it's right there. It's right there. Energetically, 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 it's right there. Am I struggling now? Mm-mm. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like no, I'm not. I'm not. Never will be. Not any. Not anymore. For this one, for me, struggle. That's done. We done with that. I don't know what y'all gonna do, but me, everybody, oh, the economy, not me. All of my needs are taken care of, every last single one of them, and they will continue to be taken care of despite what's going on outside of this world. Everything that's going out there, that's not my source. The source is here. The source is within. The source. This is where the source has always been. We've been looking externally for years. We've been looking externally for years. And listen, I'm not knocking anyone who wants to go out and continue to go after career out there in someone else. Everybody don't want to manifest a business. Everybody don't. That's perfectly fine. If you want to continue to go out into the job market and go out there, so, you know, everybody's not meant to fall out of the job market. But I can guarantee you, and if I'm wrong, you all can call me a liar in the chat. When you were growing up, let's take it back. Let's take it all the way back. When you were growing up, your dream wasn't to work. Your dream was not to work. Your dream was not to clock in and be at somebody else's job, fulfilling their manifestations, fulfilling their dream, and you really not get anything out of that but a check? Was that your dream? Please, you can call me a liar. I will take it. I will take it. But I can guarantee you, that wasn't your dream. That was Blue, shut up. That was not your liar. I'm calling you a liar. That wasn't your dream. And if it was to work, it was working for yourself. Doctors, although they may go to a hospital, they still work under a practice. They work for themselves. And I can go on and on and on and on. There are a lot of people. You will only go as far as you think you will. I was trying to find a way to say that. You will only go as far as you think and believe you will. If you believe that you will only have $500, you will only have $500. There is a reason why, and as I said, this isn't one of those bashing lives. This is informative, because honestly, sometimes and I don't mean this in a negative way. I get sick of the people who are expecting me to throw cards. Honestly, y'all, like for real, if the only thing I did always is throw out cards, y'all should be concerned. You should be. I'm being honest with you all. Anybody can read these damn cards. Anybody can buy a tarot book and study the meaning of every last single one of these cards. Here's how, and this is no shade. Here's how I know my shit is legit. I read half of the book. The first go around, I read half of the book. And I was just like, I was like, I'm gonna let experience be my. That's how I learn. I hop in the lion's den. Throw me to the wolves, okay? Throw me to the wolves, and I will come out leading the pack. Throw me to the wolves. Throw me to the wolves, and watch all them wolves begin to follow me. Anybody can throw these cards, y'all. I will hope that people will begin to be excited when you do hear a channel message, because that's the authentic stuff. That's the real stuff. And I'm not debasing throwing cards. I consider myself an alchemist. I'm not just a tarot reader. I'm an alchemist. I literally see results in real life in real time. I just don't speak on them, because people are evil. People are evil, and I've seen that. If I could tell y'all, see, I don't share a lot with you all because I don't feel it necessary. But if I could tell you all, hey Michelle, how are you, Michelle? We just in here just chatting it up. If I told y'all half, not even half, if I told y'all a few things of how I can really, really, truly relate to y'all, y'all probably be like, bruh, for real? 90% of the time, I'll share something with y'all. 90% of the time, I am to myself. I upped it now because, like these past 2 months, and even more so the last 3 weeks, I cut, and not in a negative way, but I also stopped. I also stopped explaining myself to people. Yeah, uh, I am to myself 90% of the time. Balance. Tony Hush. Oh, that's another thing. Oh, like emails and things like that. I've kind of, I've been responding to what I need to respond to. No, and I know, no shade to anybody. Um, but no, I felt the need to. Everything's coming into balance, y'all. It's coming in. I promise. It's coming into balance. You will go through. You go through everything that you need to go through until you say so. Believe it or not, you are the determinant of when your dark night of the soul ends. Dark night of the soul is simply acknowledging. It's acknowledgement. It's an ego death. And if you meet anybody who says, "Oh, I've never gone through a dark night of the soul and I have everything that I want," blah 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 blah, girl, go to hell. Everyone, everyone will be called to go through the dark night of the soul. It's an initiation. Blue, you on the wrong side. Back away. back, back pedal. Back pedal on it. Don't let him pull you into that pool with him. Tony, don't you bring your shenanigans in here tonight. Mm. So anywho, like I was saying. Everyone has to go through this. You got me sweating shit. Look, y'all, I'm all glistening. Hold on. All right. Okay. Be quiet. Like when I glisten. Y'all funny. Well, one thing I most certainly can count on y'all. Hi, Melissa. Oh, there we go. I'm like, bruh. So y'all remember I said sacrifice, and you wanna know what's so crazy? Here it is. Sacrifice. Mm. 11, 12. 6, 7, 8. 11, 12. 6, 7, 8. 11, 12. You're going in order, peeps. I promise. You are right where you need to be. It's uncomfortable because it's supposed to be uncomfortable. This is about faith. 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 And you don't need a lot of it. Faith the size of a mustard seed, as the Bible quotes. But I feel like let's see if I could put this to a time frame. Everybody has to go through. I'll use Psalms 23. Are you all familiar with Psalms 23? So that's your confirmation, Melissa. 11:12. So here it is for you again. 11:12. So Psalms 23. The Lord is my shepherd; I shall not want. That's the one. So that one. I feel like, and it's just my opinion. This is not fact. This is just a feeling. If I'm wondering where I am on my spiritual journey, I use Psalms 23 as a guide point. Like I let it determine for me where I am in the valley, in that particular space. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. Leads me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Leads me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Dark night of the soul, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow, not death itself, but the shadow. No, shadow of death. I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. So you are not alone. You don't walk alone. You will always have a confidant. And that confidant is within you. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. It's the equivalent. You remember how the disciples were out on the sea with Jesus? They were on a boat. They had Jesus in the boat, but they were worried about the storm, as if Jesus was going to allow the storm to overtake them while he was on the boat. But I don't feel like Jesus would allow the storm to overtake them anyway. But if God, me personally, if Jesus was with me and I'd have seen this man perform miracles, I ain't about to be worried about no storm. I wish I was on that boat. I would have told them to sit down somewhere. You got Jesus on this boat and y'all worried about a storm? Y'all really think that this man is like... Anywho, I can go on and on and on about that. Like on and on and on. Including... No, I ain't gonna... I'm sorry. I be joking around a lot when it comes to the Bible. Joking. Jokes. Anywho, I'll tell y'all about that later. I really truly do feel like allowing yourself, because don't ignore the feeling. If you been feeling like you need to cry, cry. If you've been feeling like you need to crash out, crash out. Crash out. Please crash out. An interstate pile up crash out. Just crash out. Why are you holding that in? Crash out. Crash out. The waiting game. The waiting game. So tonight, if you all need something to consider the fact that you're still here. This moon, release these emotions. Release these feelings. Step outside and look at the moon. Feel that energy. It's honest and it's true. That's how you know. It's all connect. And if you don't know how, tell yourself. Go look. Y'all think I'm playing? It's called scrying. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, "Hey, I don't know what's going on, but I trust you to guide me and get me through this." It comes from within. The within, your soul, is connected to source. Yes. Go. That's your green light. Go. Go. I oftentimes say, if you have to ask, you already know the answer. If you have to ask like a very specific question, like let's use Tony as the example. Tony know that's his green light. Why do you need me to tell you, is that my green light? You just said it. Is that my green light? What does green mean? I hope he not. Personally, Tony, I feel like Man in the Mirror is a tough song to listen to when you don't want to be honest with yourself. Because honestly, the song is very simple. I'm talking to the man in the mirror. If you want to make, he's right. If you want to make the difference, you got to look at yourself. You have to look at yourself first, because how can you, like this, it's the fine example. How a hoe gonna tell somebody how to be celibate and she's still out, if they, or he, she, it, they, or whoever is still out doing what they're doing. And I'm talking about a literal prostitute. A prostitute can't tell a virgin shit. Or someone who's practicing celibacy or abstinence. That's not a good example to go by. Like, you abstinent, but you looking for advice from a prostitute. That ain't that. They're on a whole different journey. No judgments. No judgments. Go do your thing, homegirl. If that's what's working for you, be careful. Be careful, but be careful. But I'm not gonna, if I'm on a celibate journey and I need advice about celibacy, I'm not going to go to a streetwalker. I'm just not doing it. So, in this time, in closing, it's imperative that tonight that you start writing out your affirmations. What do you want to see? What do you want? Do you know how to manifest? The Alchemist is a good book to read. It's a great book to read. Actually, I'm actually about to reorder it. I'm actually about to order a bunch of books. Me personally, this is what I'll be doing, or what I've already done. I've canceled like all my subscriptions, my Netflix, the Hulu, the Disney, all of that stuff, canceled. I don't even resonate with TV right now. Like I don't even know the last time I watched a TV show, like for real. And if I want to watch a movie, I'll just buy it or rent it for like $5 on YouTube or the Apple Store, whatever the hell. Like this is a time to be focused. And focus looks different for everyone else. That doesn't mean, like, don't be so serious all the time. If you feel like there's a time or moment you need to explore your inner child, please explore your inner child. Please, maybe you wanted something as a child that you never got before, and maybe you can find that now as an adult. Go on eBay, go on a different site, marketplace, and maybe look for that thing that you always wanted as a kid and buy that. Maybe you never had a gaming system, and you go buy a gaming system and play games, or like use your phone and download some games off the app stores and stuff like that. Like, occupy y'all time, but also rest. More importantly, rest. If y'all have vacation time, if y'all have sick time that you don't get when you do leave your job, and you have hours, hundreds of hours of sick time, y'all better use that stuff, because you don't get it. Like, could you imagine having 300 hours of sick time, and if you don't use it, you lose it? Because one thing I can guarantee you, these organizations, they don't care about y'all. Ask me how I know. Pray for Tony, y'all. Pray for him. What you want, Tony? What you want? Listen now. Listen, I am on my single, sexy and free journey. I ain't got time. If it don't align, I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. And that's just me. Personally, right now, I don't think people take relationships seriously enough. Since we're just being normal, I don't think people take relationships serious enough. That's just my perspective, my experiences. I don't think people take relationships serious enough. And I'm not even talking about no old shit. Fuck all that stuff. Like, that stuff is done. Like, even now, like, I've tried. I've tried. But this isn't, for me, this isn't a time for me to be dibbling and dabbling and all of that stuff. I'm not craving that. I'm on a me journey. I've ignored myself for other people for the past 2 years. Well, no. I've been on a healing journey for the past 2. And prior to those 2, I was dealing with people for, I want to say, a culmination of 5 years. I no longer talk to any one of those individuals. I wish none of them any ill or anything like that, because I'm just not that type of person. But it's like, do I expect them to be the same way I am? Nope. Do I have other measures in place to make sure that I am perfectly fine and okay? I absolutely do. I absolutely do. And this is also why I tell people, keep your name. Keep people's names out of y'all mouth. Because you never know. If you've walked away from something, walk away from it. Walk away from it. Walking away from it is the signification that you are done. For those of you all who still keep on hopping back to the past, that shit is gonna crumble like a cookie. It's gonna crumble like a cookie. Ask me how I know. You will be tested. For those of you that I'm out and over, even the ones, and this is an opinion. This is an opinion. If it did not work out before, it's not going to work out now. If it did not work out before, it will not work out now. I can guarantee you the person did not heal that quick. They did not. They didn't. I don't give a damn what they tell you. It'll show up in hanging around. It'll show up. If someone has changed for real, there's evidence of that. And even with the change, I still wouldn't recommend going back. I wouldn't recommend going back. I really wouldn't, because you're no longer the same, and then they're whoever it was, they're going to end up triggering you. Okay, I'm gonna test something. Grab my friend Miss T real quick. Let's talk about this past energy. Oh, look at that. Wheel of Fortune on the split. Like, what, bruh? And then Page of Cups. This is about to be interesting. So let's test this theory. Let's test this theory. Divine, why shouldn't we go back to the past? Why should we just leave it alone? Literally, the Six of Cups, the past card. This speaks all about past life, past memory, past Six of Cups. Y'all, Divine, why should we leave the past alone? And then we have the Six of Cups. Y'all see the cards in my hand? Y'all saw how vehemently I was shuffling. The Six of Cups. What's next, Divine? Leave it alone. I wouldn't be... Leave it alone. Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is the signification of people. Every individual outside of yourself. It speaks on very valuable, stable relationships, or relationships that should be stable. This is the signification also of important people in your life. Six of Cups, past. Ten of Pentacles, this is the people. Like, the Divine is getting straight to it. Straight to it. And Divine, what are you trying to tell us about these people and this Six of Cups? Like, what do we need to know about this? Because we should be leaving it alone, right? Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. Do I need to say more? Divine, Four of Pentacles. Just proving them, and I'm not trying to be funny, proving a point. Judgment. Judgment. And what the Four of Pentacles and the Judgment is giving me, remain in the decision that you made to leave them back there. Stand firm on your decision to leave them back there. Because possible outcomes, Divine, what would happen if we decided to dibble back in the past? Because I feel like if we did, it's like you're forfeiting. You're going against your trajectory. What are the consequences? Four of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Y'all think I'm playing? I'm calling out very specific questions. Because there's somebody who is still, and I respect your hope, excuse me, I understand, I empathize with why you would want to go back. No. And no, this is not just about romantic partners. Right now is a time for us to be y'all, please take my advice. You don't have to. This is not a time to be playing. This is not a time for, oh, let me see. Let me excuse my brash. I would rather you fuck somebody new than fuck somebody old. No, it's not just about that. No. I would rather you be in a relationship with somebody new than somebody old, because the new will resonate with where you're going. Divine, what is the possible outcome? Like, I could be totally wrong. I'll be surprised if something else comes out other than what I'm saying, because it's just what I feel, and I'm not forcing the cards. But what's the possible outcome? Especially in this climate now. Four of Swords. And what about the Four of Swords, Divine? We have the Ace of Swords. Wait a minute. Five of Pentacles. It won't be long, because this is the message that I'm getting. It won't be long, because you can give it some thought. You could. You can give it some thought. You can give it some idea. But eventually, you're going to be looking out the window again, wondering when they're going to come back. The Fool. Literally. Literally. Eventually, you will go back to this. Why waste the trip? You know what I mean? Like, why waste the trip, right? Divine, what lies ahead of us? What lies ahead of us, Divine? Okay, thank you. Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is to me, an explorative. You go out there, you hit the ground running. Fool, still at the bottom of the deck, and behind that is the Ace of Pentacles. Y'all, a lot of you all want so many different things. You want so many different things, and those things resonate on a high frequency. In order to get those things, you need to be high vibing. A high vibing individual is a healed individual, an individual who continues to do the work on a daily basis. Somebody who is not afraid to stick out, somebody who is not afraid to go into the trenches, someone who is not afraid to let everything go in order to obtain where they want to be. Because where they want to be, I can guarantee you, is not attached to anybody else but you. You, and I'm saying you as a general, want to bring other people that had no business being in that. Because let's just say you went back. Let's just say you went back. What if you came into connection, let's just say you manifested $15 million. You've manifested $15 million. And when you got that $15 million, such and such came back. The quote unquote love of your life. The one that got away that was supposed to get the fuck. Let's just say you decided to go back to that space. And let's just say the alternative to that was you got the 15 million, and that 15 million was supposed to sustain you for the rest of your life. Because honestly, if you're spending $15 million in a lifetime, something's wrong. Something's wrong. I could never work again off 15 mil. Cause what we doing? What we doing here? Boy, you give me 15 million, you wouldn't ever see me in anybody's workplace ever again. Ever. To my soft life, I'll be living a major soft life. You'll be thinking I'm walking on pillows. But anywho, the alternative to that is it's supposed to sustain you for the rest of your life. But let's just say you went back to this person. The consequence of going back to this person when you know you're not supposed to is you get the 15 mil and you lose it within 2 years. All because you went back to them. Now you back at the drawing board, back down to zero. Could you imagine having to start from scratch after you got 15 mil? I'll beat your ass myself. And I mean that in love. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. That's all I'm saying. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Yes. Also, just, I know it's only a few people in here. I am moving away from personals for a while. It's too much going on. It's too much, way too much going on. Moving away from personal readings and things like that for a while. That's why I say use Psychic Source. They are a very, very great source. A lot of you all have used them. A lot of you all have reached out to me. I will be responding to some of those emails tomorrow with time. But Psychic Source. You all, that's another, for you all in the room, I'm not forcing you to. Free will is a thing. Y'all, if you need clarity, go to a reader that you trust. Or go to Psychic Source. Psychic Source, you literally can go docket by docket. Sometimes it will take a minute. You are not going to find that person instantaneously. You may have to go through the entire Rolodex of I'm showing my age. You may have to go through all of the advisors in order to figure out which advisor works for you. Those advisors have specialties. They have niches. Some of them are psychic. Some of them are clairvoyant. All of those things, most of them aren't on the other end throwing cards. Like, they probably may have a few messages and stuff like that, but the insight that those those advisors allow you are legit. I've done it twice. I've had 2 readings. One was done last week. Her name was Persephone, and she just I wanted confirmation on clarity on a couple of things, and some of those things were involving the channel, not the future. I already know what the future outcome is going to be. I just wanted to know what was going on right now. Like, what's going on right now? The future is the future, but what's going on right now? Great insight, y'all. I promise y'all I would not steer y'all wrong. And y'all know how protective I am. I would not put something in front of you all's face that you could not use or that would be a farce. I don't have time. I told y'all before, I had the contract a month before I went through with it, because I wanted to make sure that you all were going to use it. And that's the thing. Like, if you have not used it, use it. $20. $19.80. You might as well round it up. $20. Of course, each advisor has a different price point for each minute or whatever. But I can guarantee you all that after you leave those, after you leave those, and after you leave your session, you will have clarity. If you don't, it's no hoax. You can get your money back. Reach out to customer service. You will get your money back without a problem. Period. They ain't gonna argue. They ain't gonna. They might ask you a few quality control questions. What was wrong? Maybe you be like, oh, well, that's not a bad reader. They just didn't resonate with me. But I'll also say that without rushing, use that intuition. Use it. Use it. And I would not steer you all wrong. But for personal readings, me, myself, of course, if I already have you in my, if you've been coming to me on a regular basis and we have a few lined up, I will keep my commitment with those. But as far as like new clientele and things like that, right now and I have to listen to myself. And it's for me. It's not time for that right now. As far as like personal readings. What's up? Is it Taylor? How do you? I don't. And I'm pretty sure it's so simple. Is it Tama? Tama? I know I'm fucking that up. Is it Susmita? Tama? Okay, cool. I guess I didn't fuck it up. Tama. Okay, gotcha. Tama. Food. That's another thing. I don't know about y'all. Food has been so weird. Like my appetite, like nothing, like it's so crazy. Like stuff that I used to like, I don't really like it anymore. And it's like I'm trying to like I find myself now curating food because like I just been wanting to eat lighter. Like I've been staying away from a lot of meat, and the only reason why I do eat meat is because I try to go on a non-meat because vegan. Vegan. It's too strict. But it was gonna be like a low meat diet, maybe like once a week, cause but I can't do no meat because I tried no meat back 2 years ago, but because I'm a person, if I have to take supplements and like all of those other things other than what I'm already taking, I don't want to do that because like with my body, my metabolism moves too fast for me to not have particular things that meat provides. If it's not fresh meat, I won't eat it. Like I don't eat frozen meat. If it's not from the store to the skillet, I don't eat it. But I don't eat a lot of it. But like food for dinner, I don't know, y'all. I really don't. And then like right now, I'm not even dastardly hungry. Like I can go eat a rice bowl and be perfectly fine. I love rice. I ain't even gonna hold you. Yeah, unfortunately, meat and seafood, even if it's just fish, shellfish, yeah. People like, oh, you missing out. No, I'm not. I've tried it. I'm okay. I am okay. I have tried it out. Hmm. I don't know. Something, for some reason, what am I feeling? Hold on. Oh, feng shui is a thing. If you've been feeling like you need to move some things around, do it. Like randomly today, I think I moved around half of this place. Like I moved around half the place. Just flow. A lot of you all, if you might want to start to do a deep cleaning. That might resonate with you all. A deep cleaning. Okay. I'm about to use a deck of cards I have not used since the beginning of time. What you got to tell me, girl? This is one of those decks I can't it's too thick. So I'll shuffle a few times and see what, because I feel something and I don't want to ignore that. And then I said I'm only going to be on here till 9:15, 9:30. It's almost 10 down the clock. One more time. One more time. Okay, so let's see. What is the message here? Okay, we have the Queen of Wands, and here they call it different. The firecrackers, like what? Huh? Firecrackers. Because I was like, that's not. It's not. That's not. It don't sound like a gunshot. I know that for yeah. That ain't. I was like, that ain't that. I was like, let me make sure because I do know some lower caliber have that kind of sound, but no, that wasn't. Queen of Wands, Page of Wands. Come on, man. No. No, 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 no. 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 Mm-mm. No. Hold on. Look now. Oh, here we go. Three of Cups. I knew it. 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 Cause what do y'all want? What do y'all want? Six of Pentacles. Okay, so here's the thing. Can you all hear me? Trying to figure out why this hasn't cleared up yet. Okay, so Queen of Wands, Page of Wands, Three of Cups, Six of Pentacles. Previous energies, Three of Cups, multiple people. Definitely feels karmic. But it seems like it's one of those kind of situations where, remember how I was talking about people and lessons and acting like they've changed with this Page of Wands and this Queen of Wands? Because this Queen of Wands in this particular instance is giving me karmic. And it hasn't given me that in a while. But the thing about it is, it doesn't feel like that sexual kind of karmic. It feels like this is somebody who still in some way, or people who still in some way have a lot of passion. This could possibly also be anger. It's a message. Eight of Wands. Somebody has a message for you. I'm telling y'all, this is giving test all day long. Divine, who is this Queen of Wands? Who is this Queen of Wands? Specifically, this Queen of Wands. The Hierophant. Yeah, that's a soul contract. That's a soul contract. Hierophant? Yeah, this is definitely a soul contract. Oh, hell nah. Yeah, nah. No. Nope. Justice. Nope. 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 Mm-mm. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. As well as the Page of Pentacles. Absolutely not. Yeah, this is a lesson. Page of Pentacles? Because pages are students. Pages are also students. This is woo, class is in session. I feel like you all are about to be tested. There go that Ace of Wands that you were looking for, Blue. What's this Eight of Wands? Because that Page of Swords. Somebody's watching. Yeah. I feel like what it is, definitely after all of the changes, because there's a lot of changes, a lot of transitions, and I feel like at one point in time, there were individuals who learned, if you, in any way, if you're a spiritual individual, if you in some way have assisted, helped, told, prayed, if somebody knows you as that person, your intuition and all of those things, there's somebody who needs something from you. They learned a lot from you. And I feel like they could, if you're, if y'all still connected to people that they're running the same groups, because this could be family, this could be friends. They're watching you, but it's something about specifically about your growth, and your elevation, or just the differences that you're facing, or the changes also that you've made. There are going to be people who act like they don't see you, but they do. They do. They do. Yeah. Eight of Pentacles. They see that you've worked on yourself. They see it. They see that there is something that you know, that there's also something that you're good at as well. Eight of Wands, Page of Swords, Eight of Pentacles. They see the work. They see the work. But what do they want? What do they want? What do they want? So King of Swords, definitely, once again, a separated energy, this King of Swords. They want to end a very horrible ending. They want that to come to an end. I feel like this is the type of Ace of Wands. They want a fresh, clean start is what they want. They want to start over. Literally just said this. Literally just said it. Kirsten, hello. Literally just said it. Don't go back, y'all. Learn the lesson the first time. With the Justice, learn the lesson the first time, people. The Hierophant. And I feel like this soul contract, like, at one point in time, there possibly was somebody in some way that you were committed to. But I just personally feel, y'all, even if, yeah, no. I'm not even gonna try to make it fit. No. This is 50 Shades of no, so don't. Even if they can put it down, don't. You can find somebody else who can put it down. You can, I promise. I feel like it's just the old way of thinking, that old way of being. It's time to leave that behind. It really is. It truly is. It's time to let those things go and let them be. But anywho, y'all, I really hope that these messages resonated with you all, and you found this live some way insightful, and you're able to take the information and be able to make it applicable to what's happening for you right now. It's happening for you, not to you. And if it's happening to you, I can guarantee you it is you. We have to be honest with ourselves. We know what parts we play. Okay? So once again, if you need insight, if you need clarity, please, if nothing else, just click the link and check it out and see if there is somebody who resonates with you. You are not required to purchase until you find the advisor that you would like to speak to. Okay? I'm pretty sure if you ask the people, I'm gonna find a way to bring you all outside of YouTube and have you all in your own community. Maybe move you all to Discord. I'm gonna look into a couple of things. That way, if you all need support, and don't want to always have to come to YouTube, maybe I'll create a Discord channel or something like that, and we can chat in that particular space. But like, maybe if somebody has questions, and you're like, oh, how do I need, can somebody tell me about how their spiritual journey is going right now? Are you experiencing some of these different things? And so I hope to really grow this, because I'm right now, you all, I would say for me right now, I'm figuring out a plan and a blueprint for what all of this looks like, because I'm about to incorporate a lot of different things. For this past month, I also been just going through TikTok. I have not migrated yet. I'm literally there as a blank user, just so I can get used to the interface. And yes, I'm a late bloomer. I just didn't feel like being bothered with that. But I feel the need to be more social, because after being on there, if you all haven't been on there, I will recommend just exploring it. Eventually, your For You page gets curated to your likings and what you search. Of course, naturally, mine is overtly spiritual. Some goofy shit is in there too, because every now and then you need to laugh. And honestly, even though I have not really fully vested myself in there, you feel like you know these people, and you don't feel so alone. And I actually feel like that's actually been one of the things where I just don't really need to be bothered, because like, you communicate, you it's been interesting. That much I will definitely say, after being on there for a while and just exploring it. So long story short, we will be migrating to TikTok as well. But the thing about TikTok is, TikTok for me will be all of the other things that I am not here. And ever so blue moon will I throw out a few cards, or you might get a message or two out there. But I'm going to tell you all right now, if you are looking for tarot on a major level, when I go to TikTok, you're not going to get it. I don't want to do that here and there too. I feel like it's 5,182,000 of though. Yeah. And then, I'm not a passive spiritualist. I will curse them motherfuckers out. If somebody tried me the way I see them trying them other people, no, they would not like me. They wouldn't. They wouldn't. So I'm not going to open myself up to that kind of scrutiny. Yeah, no, I'm just not gonna do it. People are mean anyway, and I'm nowhere near being soft. But there's just some things I am not going to willingly put myself into. I'm just not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that, because people. And granted, I'm not worried about this at all. Y'all know I'm legit. But you have people on there analyzing, and then like, I know, so I stumbled just one video that I was, because I've been curating the page, but one video that I scrolled through was of this one guy who said, "Ooh, I'm gonna call out fake tarot readers and like all of this other stuff," and I actually started to like go down a rabbit hole, because like, what's your angle with this? And you got to be careful. And this is why I always say this: you have to be careful, because me, first, I'm going to ignore you, because I don't argue. I don't argue with people on it. I'm just not doing it. But I'm also the type of individual where I would curse you out so bad without cursing, you wouldn't like me. Like you, I can guarantee it. I get it, Tamer. I know I'm gonna get the money in it. But y'all, let me tell y'all something about me. Right now, I ain't worried about no money. I'm sorry. That's already been in the works. That's why I'm not worried about it. People, if you make money be the main goal, it's the wrong. It's the wrong reason. It's just the wrong reason. Tell me, y'all, if money was my main goal here, y'all. Oh, you're March 6th? What's up? Triplet? I gotta call you triplet because I got another twin on here too. So we triplets now. We triplets. What's up, Trip? Hold on. Okay. But y'all, yeah, so a lot of different changes, so if you all are on TikTok, I'll definitely, once I migrate over and I get everything going, I'll definitely put it in the uploads and the readings just to let you all know that I am there, and then we all can, migrate and have some fun over there. Because I know there, the attention span over there, it's real short. It's like literally like this, and I feel like over there, you all will begin to see how multifaceted just I am as an individual. And then it's a different platform, it's a different outlet, it's more candid, and you will see, and then you'll be like, oh, okay, I get what he was saying. I get what he was saying. But anywho, y'all, the water, and it doesn't have to have salt in it. Like, if you all want to, once again, like, even if you don't know what it's for right now, get you like a mason jar or like a closed jar that is secure so that nothing gets in it. Like I said, I'm putting mine out on the window sills, so they'll be out on the window sill. I'm probably gonna put like 3 out there because I'm gonna hoard it. I'm gonna use it for many different purposes. But one of those purposes definitely is manifestation. So like, just a little jar, a hint of salt. Don't pour a lot of salt in there, y'all. Just a hint of salt, like a little, like they said, what, Salt Bay? Salt. Just a little touch of salt. You'll put it out on the windowsill overnight so that it gets charged by the lunar energy of the moon. And then you could just save it for later. Like, if you didn't have a purpose for it right now, at least you have it for when that time comes. Because I guarantee you. So watch this. That time is going to come where you're going to be in that space where you're like, I want to manifest, and I want to write some stuff down, and I want to speak that out and be able to channel it into something and be able to put it back into my body. It's a seal, it's a covenant, between yourself and this manifestation. But although you're speaking it out, you're putting it back because it comes from here. This is where it's coming from. So that manifestation, I'm going to channel it and I'm going to put it back in. But this time when I put it back in, it's going to flow. So that's the point. It's about flow, because manifestations flow. They flow in. They don't drop. They flow. But anywho, Tama, thank you so much, love bug. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Yeah, but like, if y'all for Blue, yeah, Blue, just email me and I'll give you, because I know you would do it. But anybody else who wants, just like I said, like the information of what I plan on doing, because this is something that I'm creating for myself, because it's all about intention. I've worked with moon water before, but this time is more of a little more of a knowing, and as I said, it's something that gives you tangible. Because it's like, if you put it here, because it's so a man thinks, so he becomes. But anywho, if you all want to email me about that, you're more than welcome. Email is in the description box, so is the link to Psychic Source. Anything else that I can help with that is not personal readings, you all can still email me. If it's just a little moment of advice that won't take a lot from me and a lot out of the day, I don't mind. But any questions and stuff like that, just email me. And hopefully, once again, that these messages resonate and they were helpful. True. Yeah. And as always, my good people, remember to conquer this day. And I'll see y'all in the network. Bye, guys.